Hello, everyone. Hi, June.
Hi. Hi, Tina. How are you?
Good. It's June, and we're here for the energy update.
June.
June.
Did you ever see
That's
the Broadway musical Oklahoma, where
no.
they sing the song June is busting out all over? It's a
Oh,
good one.
oh,
I feel like
okay.
we need the theme song for this month's update.
Oh, we should have done that. That would have been good. Yeah, June feels to me like the beginning of summer, like it's going to get hot,
Yeah.
right? So, should we just get to business?
Let's get down to business. What is this month looking like?
Well, it's the month of the young metal horse.
You
So,
know a lot about horses.
I do. I'm a horse. My husband's got a horse. My daughter's got a couple. Yeah, horses run wild around here. So I know how to treat a horse and not, and how not to treat a horse.
Yeah.
So that horse energy, man, it's fire. The horse is a fire. That's its master element. And so it does
Mhm.
speak of the summer months.
Yeah.
And think of fire energy. It's unpredictable. You got to be careful with how you manage it. You don't want to get too close. You don't want to leave it unattended, which is so funny because I just saw a little video before I came on, and this gal was standing next to a horse next to a trailer, and she showed the back of the horse, and all the tack was off the horse. And she
Yeah.
said, "Interesting, my son just, took all the tack off the horse." And then she panned over. She said, "But the horse didn't get tied up. This is a good horse. That the
Yeah.
horse didn't wander off or take off, get spooked." So there is a reason we tie up horses. There's a reason we're careful around horses because they're big animals. They are
They
going to
are.
make a big impression, however it is, whether they're
Yeah.
triggered or reactive or whatever. So, what's your experience with me?
All of the above. No, no. My experience with you is that you don't like to be tied up. You like to be unbridled and free. The more we try to control Tina, or the more anyone tries or any situation tries to control you, you're just like not having it. So it's
Hmm.
important to understand that it is good to, give a horse some boundaries, but also to remember that they are a free animal. They like to
Hmm.
run free.
Yeah.
However, with this energy this month, it's very possible for that energy to kind of get out of control. So it's important to tie your horses up where they will allow you to.
Yeah. And they need to have space within that, right? You don't want to just tie them real short up to a post and expect a horse to be happy there. They
No.
need their space.
Yep.
Confinement can be good. It can help the horse stay safe, from
Mhm.
overreacting during these times. Um, but anyway, picture, I'm sure all of us have been near horses or been on a good old horse trail ride when we were kids, and or have, just see them as you're driving about. They sure flood my Instagram feed because I
Oh,
love
yeah.
horses and all of that stuff. I learn about myself, right? Listening
Yeah.
to horse owners talk about them.
Yeah. Right out my back window, we have a corral full of about 11 horses. And this month is the month that they all just start. It's like me and my friend were just looking at them like 15 minutes ago. And he's like, oh my gosh, it looks like they have the zoomies. And they just run all around in a big circle and they're just having a blast. And because I think it's this nicer weather, they've been kind of
Mhm.
out there in the corral all winter, just kind of moping around a little bit. But
Yeah,
now they have time to play.
yeah. So the horse is being gifted yang metal for the month of June. And
Mhm.
yang metal is kind of what we've been alluding to, which is tying something up, setting up barriers, a
Yeah.
stall, parameters,
Mhm.
structure. I don't know how these two elements are going to get along. What do you think?
Well, I think I've used this analogy here before on the update, but when for 25 years I was a hairstylist, and there was a few times that I dropped the curling iron and picked it up on the wrong end and burnt the shit out of my hands. So when we're talking about these 2 volatile energies, which is fire, which is the natural energy of the horse, combined with yang metal, metal and fire get together and it's hot. You can't touch
Mhm.
it. You've gotta proceed with caution. So,
Yeah.
it's gonna be an interesting energy. However, if we can really take the superpowers of the spontaneity and unpredictability and passion of fire and combine
Mhm.
it with our goals and put it
Mm.
down in lists and stick to those
Yeah.
objectives for the month. This is really powerful energy to get a lot of stuff done.
Mhm. Yeah, I really, really agree with what you're saying because yang metal is about staying focused. It's creating some structure and discipline, self discipline, so that other people don't feel like they have to create a boundary with you, or,
Yeah.
that we don't have to create boundaries with other people. And
Mhm.
that is a volatile combination. We want to approach this energy with caution. And
Yes.
in that volatility, um, always, and I know I say this a lot too, is we got to remember that it's not just affecting us, it's affecting everybody and everything around us. So if we see other people, I learn a lot by just watching how other people are responding to the energy that we talk about
Yeah.
or other energy that we're aware of. I think Earth is going to be our friend. It's going to help ground us
Mm.
because fire energy is not grounded. And earth
Perfect.
energy can hold that metal, can hold space. So it's kind of the bridge between the two elements,
Yeah.
the fire of the horse and the metal. So I think grounding practices, um, doing something, whether it's at the beginning of the day or the end of the day or both, just to kind of find our center, to come back. Because not only is it a yang metal horse month, but we're still in this yang wood dragon year, which is high earth.
Yeah.
And I think the earth is is the element that, for me, that reminds me to slow down.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So, yeah, I'm just kind of giggling about everything that you're saying because in the Western world, we've got 4 planets in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini is an air sign, and it's the sign of the good twin and the evil twin, and you never know who's gonna show up to the party and who's gonna leave first. So, it's very unpredictable energy, much like the horse, right?
Mm,
And it can flip on a dime. But when we have 4 planets, the first one, Mercury, well, of course, the first one is the sun because it's Gemini season right now
okay.
until the second to last week in June. And then we go into Cancer season. But Gemini is all about using the mind. Speaking of the mind, Mercury, the planet of the mind, is also going to be in the sign of Gemini, which is its home sign. That's where it feels the most at home and more powerful than in
Okay.
any of the other signs. So when Mercury is in its home sign of Gemini, everyone's minds are affected by this. They call this mundane astrology when you are looking out into the stars to seeing how the stars are affecting the collective as a whole. When
Mm,
Gemini is when excuse me, when Mercury is in Gemini, it's extremely powerful. So it's important for all of us to really, really use the power of thought this year or this month. Positive thinking, manifest or, affirmations, things like
mm,
that are gonna be really, really powerful. There
mm.
is a possibility of getting some of our lines crossed when we're in communication, so slow down, go back to what Tina's saying, use earth energy to ground before you have conversations because Gemini is really quick energy, it just wants to go, and that's how quickly conversations can kind of get out of control.
Can I
Venus.
just share real
Yes.
quick a visual I just had?
Oh my gosh,
Talking
yes.
about the grounding between the energy you're talking about and the metal and the fire is, think about plugging something in,
Oh
right?
my
That's a
gosh.
metal and fire connection. And you need to have that grounding, right? You have the grounding plug or the grounding wire that makes sure that it's not sending signals or electricity where it doesn't belong. And I
Yeah.
think that's a powerful, like, where are you plugging in? Are you grounded before you step into a conversation or step into the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's perfect because you don't wanna get short circuited. You know what I'm
That's me
saying?
right now.
You need that grounding line or that grounding wire
Mhm.
ground before you can flip the light switch on. That oh my god, that I'm gonna steal that one and use it. That is so freaking amazing. I hope everyone rewinds this and watches that one more time. That's fucking brilliant. I love it. Oh, I love that. Um, Jupiter and Venus, they call these planets the benefics of Western astrology, meaning the good planets,
Mhm.
and they're both in Gemini as well. So we've got what's called a stellium, which is 3 or more planets in the same sign. So this is a highly concentrated energy. So for all of you writers out there who've been waiting for the muse to come and visit you, this is the month. Get your outlines drawn. If you're thinking about business ideas, this is the
Mm.
month. Start putting all of these
Mm.
things together because Gemini is the speaker, it's the teacher, it's the writer. Get all of these projects, pull it together because that yang metal is going to really help you to organize all of those things, especially because we have on June 6th the new moon in, you guessed it, Gemini. Any writing projects that you've got going, put it into practice now. New moon equals new energy, new projects. Wherever Gemini is in your, whatever house Gemini is in your natal chart, it lights that whole house up. So pay attention to your natal chart and see where that energy is showing up for you.
Okay.
June 21st, we've got full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn's the sign of business, structure, and industry. And
Mm.
so if there's been anything that's been holding you back, any
Jeremy, don't freeze on me. Oh, I love your tips. Are you there?
am I frozen?
You're back now.
I'm back now. Okay.
Yeah.
So any kind of we've got a windstorm happening outside our doors right now, so that
Yeah.
could be.
My internet went down a little bit ago, right in the middle of a call. So
Oh, dang it.
I get
Okay.
it.
So where was I?
I don't know. There's a windstorm happening out
I
there.
know, right? So Capricorn, it's the sign of
Yes.
business and industry.
Mm-hmm.
Full moon equals let go. Any tolerations, anything that's holding you back from getting down to business,
Mm.
any addictions that were holding us back from really, really focusing on what we need to be doing, June 21st is the time to let that go.
Okay.
Also, take a look at your natal chart and see where Capricorn is in your chart. Where does that energy show up? And which house is being lit up so that you can access more of that full moon letting go energy.
Good stuff. Oh, good timing. Good timing. Oh my gosh. This is a great conversation. I do want to mention one thing though, that
Yes.
the horse is going to have a challenging month with the flying stars.
Yep.
There's some instability here, and so that speaks even more to staying grounded. If you have a horse in your chart, please, here's a recommendation: a saltwater cure in the south
Mm,
part of your home or the
mhm.
room that you spend a lot of time in. And so make a comment, below or whatever in the comments, and one of us will shoot you the saltwater cure recipe. It's not a big thing. It's easily doable. And I think, um, I think instability is good. I think here's one way the instability is showing up for me, who has a horse. My house faces south. Is my daughter and her husband and kids are moving on in any day now, in just a couple days. So it's right in line with this energy of, oh, things are getting shook up a little bit here.
Yep.
Oh, there's people in the basement moving around. So that's one way that instability might manifest. It's not like, oh crap, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it's
Mhm.
something that weakens our foundation, shakes our habits a little bit, and makes us make an adjustment for it. Do you have another way to interpret that?
No, that's perfect. I love
Okay.
that. That is, and sometimes we need the instability star to shake us up, to shake us
Mhm.
out of old patterns that we're
Yeah,
not willing to let go of.
totally.
So there's always, and I love Tina is a master at this, but she's so good at reframing things. I tend to stay kind of glass half empty kind of. kidding. But she's so good at reframing these things because sometimes we need the dust to be kind of, up in the air so that it can have a chance to settle in a brand new
Mm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a perfect month to take advantage of this. One disclaimer I want to mention is in Western astrology, we have Mars, the planet of war, forward movement, action, in its home sign of Aries. Aries is a fire sign, and Mars is a fire planet. So,
Mm.
this is a lot of action going on out there in the world. It's also setting off a square or a challenging aspect over to Pluto, which is death, rebirth, and transformation. This is a really kind of tough aspect for the first couple weeks in June. So if you feel irritated by someone
Mm.
or if you feel anger, do everything that you can to go outside, put your feet in the dirt, and really get grounded
Mm.
because there's
Yeah.
going to be some things that come up this month in the media and in the country and in the world
Mm-hmm.
that are really going to freak some people out. So ground yourself. Try not to get into the anger that's gonna be everywhere. Ground as much as you possibly can.
Yes, 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 yes. In fact, the other visual I had was firing a gun, you know, the
Yep.
fire metal combination here. So
Yeah.
with the war energy.
Yes. And
Mm.
that's what we're talking about with Mars and Pluto. They're
Okay.
very aggressive planets with this
Yeah.
combination challenge, so
All right. So be at peace.
Yes.
Put rocks in your, load your pockets up with rocks, put them in your bras,
Yeah.
be
Crystals
grounded
in
as you
your
go out.
bra. Crystals in your bra. That's the best way to go.
It's the only way that I can walk through Las Vegas is if I'm packed with crystals in my bra.
Right? Exactly. Oh, this is an interesting one. I've got another card that just wanted to sneak out first. So I'm gonna
Okay.
oh, interesting. So this is the 4 of air. And the 4 of air is all about taking time to rest, taking a vacation. June is usually a time where there's a lot of people vacationing. So if you are
Mhm.
going on vacation this month, take that as a cue from the universe to just relax, regardless of what's going on out
Mhm.
there in the world. And also, if you're not vacationing, we can use this time as a meditation while there's kind of a swirling cloud going on
Mm.
around us. Pretend like you're in the eye of the storm and you're just calming the energy just by being grounded.
Yeah, like
And then
you're the grounder. You're the
yeah,
grounding wire for all the chaos.
yeah,
Mm.
in fact, another visual that I like to use is when people come to me for a reading, they're in the either the healing community or the metaphysical community. And they're like, the energy for the last couple of years is so difficult. I give
Mm.
them the visual of everyone has gone on a camping trip, right? And each of us are one of the camping implements. And a majority of the people are the tent that you set up to put into the ground. But the healers of the world are the stakes. We're the ones that are
Mm.
keeping everyone kind of grounded and centered in that storm that's trying to whip up the tent.
Hmm.
So this is why grounding is so, so important, especially this month.
Yeah.
And then the second card is interesting. It's the Ace of Water.
Mm.
Falling in love or a resurgence of relationship energy, spiritual growth, enhanced intuition, a new home. So there might be a few of you moving house this month. That is perfect for Tina, right? She's got people moving into her house, which is a new, fresh energy that's going to be
Mhm.
really nice. So, connect to your people this month. Connect to reaching out to the people that you love and saying what you want to say to them. Tell people that you love them this month. Reach out, give people a hug when you see them. So, that also, I always feel like when I have a hug from someone, that really grounds me and grounds my
Mhm.
energy.
Should we run
So,
outside and meet in the
and
middle?
hug. Hey, neighbor. We'll give our neighbors one more reason to go, they're a little peculiar.
We love that though, right?
Uh-huh. I do.
Oh, what a great I mean, it's intense, but we can navigate this intensity if we slow down so that we can see what's
Yeah,
happening. We're paying
yeah.
attention or we're reacting or responding because we know rather than we don't know and we're afraid.
Mhm.
So, thank you. Anything before we close?
I'm just really excited for my program Cosmic Fusion to start this month.
Mhm.
We've got a great class assembled. I'm so excited for the people that are in the apprenticeship. It's going to be a magical, fun ride of learning and understanding themselves and other people. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's what a thing you've put together. And and even in the process in the way that you're going to share with everybody, what a treat. What a treat for them. And they're just going to get excited to be along on the ride.
Well, I've got a great example who taught me everything she knows. So I'm gonna who, me? So I'm gonna take a lot of the tools that Tina taught me, and I'm gonna implement
Mm,
them into my teaching. So
that's
thank you
awesome.
for that, and I'm excited.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a good month.
Yeah, good for you. And, we have a podcast that's outside of this. So if you haven't listened to that
Mhm.
yet, check out
Yes.
an episode or two and see what you
Yeah.
think. We've got some
We've
new
got
ones coming out.
we've got some new fun, exciting things coming out. I'm excited for that, and always, if you're ever wondering, what, Eastern astrology or Western astrology is all about, feel free to connect to either one of us.
Mhm.
We both do readings all of the time, and we both have openings, so please connect with us if there's anything that you're unsure of. You've got a lot going on in your life. These charts really, again, kind of with
Mm.
that earth energy, help to ground us into knowing what is coming ahead in our path.
Yeah, for sure. Well, have a wonderful month, everyone. We love you
Yeah.
and we really appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you. We'll see you
Bye
next
bye.
time.